In News of the World, Tom Hanks portrays Captain Kidd, a newsreader who travels the West, informing people of newsworthy events and stories from across the country. When he happens upon a lone girl who is the only survivor of an attack, who also cannot speak English or remember her past, he takes it upon himself to reunite her with the closest thing to her family that she has. News of the World is a Western. That means it sticks to many of the classical Western tropes, such as long travelling sequences, romanticised music, and the depiction of certain groups and people. For fans of Westerns, this film nails all these things and more excellently. However, it's a film that does suffer a bit because of its reliance on such tropes. The overarching narrative is overly familiar, with strong similarities to the True Grit films and more. The hero character, escorting and protecting a younger individual, is a familiar storyline told across many genres and mediums too. This means that while the film is enjoyable, it is also very predictable. Few moments of the film are all that surprising or revelatory. Despite this, News of the World is a really good film that I thoroughly enjoyed. The story, while familiar and unoriginal, is enjoyable, with clear-cut goals and characters that make you want to root for them. There are tense, suspenseful sequences, making their journey an exciting and mysterious one, filled with danger and threat. These are a welcome break from the slower dramatic moments and sometimes add to the drama of the film. There are also more relaxed comedic moments here and there too. It's a credit to director Paul Greengrass that he manages to maintain a consistent tone throughout. He balances the comedy, action, thrills and drama really well, not allowing any of these elements to become distracting, overbearing or dominant. The film also has strong themes and messages, perhaps a little too strong though. It's clear what the message is, what the film is trying to say and why. It's relevant to recent events and issues surrounding race, equality, feminism and more. At times, the film is borderline preachy with the messages it conveys, because it sometimes lacks subtlety. The cast and characters are both great. The two leads are well developed, coming across as real three-dimensional people with likes, dislikes and backstories worth diving into. The way in which the film explores their backstory is also good, by offering small tidbits here and there when it makes the most sense. It makes the characters very likeable and relatable, and helps give us a reason to care about their journey and its success. In terms of production, the film boasts gorgeous visuals with great sun-drenched shots across open vistas and more. The score is particularly good, although a little too classical Western movie sounding. At times, I felt as though I had heard the score before because it's so similar to prior Western movies. The film is also a slow one which might deter some audiences. There are extensive scenes of characters travelling across empty locations, providing little more than visual pleasure. They don't always feel necessary, but it gets the scope of the journey across well, at the cost of the pace and the momentum. While slow, it is not boring, nor does it feel as though slower scenes are included for the sake of padding out the film. News of the World is a good film that lacks much in the way of originality. Luckily, it is well crafted, brilliantly acted, and it boasts great characters, so it's a good film despite its flaws. I recommend this film to Western fans, but also to audiences wanting to partake in a journey filled with adventure, danger, and more.